Welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. My name is Lüning, Horst Lüning. This is my son Ben, and today we have a wonderful Glenmorangie bottle here on our cask. It's a Signet or Signet.
Signet, I think they say.
You have been there
I've been
lately?
at the distillery just recently. Unfortunately, we only do the distillery videos on Saturday, so it's still gonna be probably a bit of time until we actually air the Glenmorangie distillery video. Really a very nice distillery with the distillery room. The distilling room is very, very beautiful. And the story about the tallest stills in Scotland is also a story of Scottish greed and a bit of it's not what you expect. Like someone is thinking about everything, how to make the Glenmorangie whiskey, but it's a bit different. So if you would like to know the story, then watch the distillery video.
Cliffhanger. So this one is quite a little bit expensive. It's close to 140, 150 euros, dollars, pounds. And it comes from the tallest pot stills in Scotland. So they have 20 feet high pot stills, and they have a reflux bowl. So the alcohol coming out of those stills is very, very smooth. And this whiskey has a high roasted chocolate malt, so a roasted malt which brings more intensity. And it has fresh American white oak casks from the Ozark Mountains in Missouri on the northern slopes with very thin rings because they are growing so slowly. And then last they have sherry cask maturation as well in this whiskey, not too few, hefty one. So everything in this whiskey is put on top of a smooth malt whiskey. So we have this intensity from the malt, intensity from the cask, intensity from the sherry. So this one is heftily given additional aromas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. Because it's, I think, one of the only whiskeys from Glenmorangie with fresh American virgin oak casks.
And the cork stopper is from metal.
Oh, that's really heavy.
It's heavy.
It's a really elegant bottle.
A thick bottom. It's a lot of weight, and the box is extremely well done. And there's this Signet on it. This is the a pictogram from the Picts.
From the Picts, yeah. The Picts have been in Scotland. I think it was 800 after Christ. Yeah, AD or BBC. I'm not quite sure. In the distillery video, I got it right. And they had a stone. They found a stone in the region, relatively close to the Glenmorangie house, and it's a cutbowl stone. Mm-hmm. And I always thought this stone was really small, like I don't know, like that big, but it's actually really huge. It's like a man high or something like that. And yeah, they found the stone and dated it back to the Picts. I think it got removed. It's not, you can't see it there. I think maybe they do have a replica there, but the original is now, I think, in Inverness, Edinburgh, or London. I'm not quite sure. It's in the museum. I think it's Scottish National Museum, so probably it's going to be Edinburgh because it's a really a really old artifact and really
well. And the latest renewal of the bottles, of the design, they took this pictogram and put it everywhere. So the typical normal Glenmorangie bottles have this Signet in small, and this one has it in big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
nice. Yeah, and they put the Signet in like a church window just at the very top of the still house. Very beautiful.
The still house is as high as a church is. With those
definitely.
Tall stills, and you see like pillars in a church. The pot stills are standing in 2 rows, and the color in it is quite light flooded. No flutes in it. It's loud in it. So it's a wonderful full aroma with a astonishingly lots of spices in it. Yeah. So going over to ginger, a lot of dark fruit. Yeah. Massive impact. So this is one of the very few Glenmorangie which has 46%. No, in former times. Now the extra matured have 46% as well. It is unchill filtered, and there's a massive impact from the aroma, but there's no alcohol in it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not typical for Glenmorangie whiskey because it's heavy. You smell cacao, you smell dark fruit. Now, dark fruits are typical for Glenmorangie, but this one has particularly dark and matured fruits with a lot of spices, cacao, bit of mocha in there as well. Oh yeah, so it's a really hefty cask-sided whiskey. Yeah, you definitely realize that it has a lot of maturation in there.
Yeah. This is my second sip now, and there's a lot of caramel now in it, which I hadn't had the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So the fresh casks deliver a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. First, sweet and oily, and as soon as you swallow, spiciness comes out heftily on my tongue, going over to darker mocha, cacao tones, very long aftertaste. Probably a little bit of cinnamon. Yeah, cinnamon. If you have the cinnamon bark, it's sharp as well. It shows sharpness. Yeah.
Also, taste very not typical for Glenmorangie. It's really hefty, a lot of oak in there, very dark, very deep, also complex. Wow. So it's I wouldn't have guessed that this was a Glenmorangie if I had it in my glass. Because
no, not at all.
You do have that faint distillery character that is a bit pineapple, a bit citric, very, very far in the back.
Yeah.
And the dominant flavors in the beginning is coffee, cinnamon, spices.
The citrus notes appearing now, a little bit of dryness, but most of the citrus notes is sweeter. And it's always said that the Northern Highlands are famous for their citrus notes, and that's from the microclimate. No, today they say it's from the workforce, from the staff, which traveled or changed the distilleries, and then the procedures were brought with them as well. So there's this citrus note from the distillery character. But the alcohol itself is so smooth, so it's completely interwoven in everything. So it's really complex. And it does not show an age statement, but I think it's really mature. Probably there are a little bit of a few casks of fresher malt in it to give it more character, but most of the whiskey is matured, so you have all those tastes from casks in it.
Yeah, I think they say in there that they have a combined age of the different whiskeys for 35 years, but you could add like 10 casks with 3 years and get the same effect. But so we really don't know. But from it's really an extraordinary nice whiskey, as it is very, very strong on the cask maturation.
Yeah,
definitely. Okay.
And I like the bottle. It's wonderful. It's haptic.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's definitely a gift.
Perfect gift, but it's an expensive gift. So you gotta have to have someone you really need to give an expensive gift. Then this would be the perfect gift.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you found this video interesting, then please feel free to share it with your friends, and see you next time.